Everyone's talking about mental health wrong. They tell you to meditate when you're stressed, journal when you're anxious, work out when you're depressed. And that's why so many people are still exhausted, anxious, and confused. But here's the thing. That's like taking painkillers after you break your leg. What if instead, you built mental health like a vaccine? Something you do every single day so your brain is already strong when life gets hard. That's what actually works. And most people have no idea how to do it. 3 months ago, I was doing everything right. Gym 5 days a week, meal prepping, the whole thing. But I'd wake up every morning with this knot in my chest, and I had no idea why. Turns out, I was taking care of my body but completely ignoring my brain. So I tested everything, kept what actually worked, and now I'm going to show you the 5 daily practices that actually made a difference. No fluff, no BS, just what actually moves the needle. Let's go. Build your daily reset routine. A daily reset routine is a set of small actions you do consistently that help your brain switch from stress mode to calm mode. It's not about spending hours on self-care. It's about creating these little checkpoints throughout your day where you tell your nervous system, hey, we're okay. Here's what this looks like in real life. Let's say you work a stressful job. You come home, and your mind is still racing about that meeting or that deadline. Here's your reset. You change out of your work clothes immediately. That's a physical signal to your brain that work is over. Then you spend 10 minutes outside, even if it's just sitting on your porch. Fresh air, natural light, it literally changes your brain chemistry. Then you do something with your hands that has nothing to do with screens. Cooking, drawing, organizing your space, whatever. These small things add up. They create this buffer zone between the stress of your day and your actual life. And the best part? Your brain starts to recognize the pattern. After a few weeks, just changing your clothes starts to trigger that calm response automatically. Protect your sleep like it's gold. Protecting your sleep means treating it as non-negotiable. Not something you do if you have time, but something you plan your whole day around. Because here's what people don't get, almost every mental health struggle gets worse with bad sleep. Anxiety? Worse. Depression? Worse. Stress? Way worse. Here's why. Your brain does this thing at night called emotional processing. It's like your mind's way of filing away all the stuff that happened during the day. When you don't sleep enough, or your sleep is terrible quality, your brain can't do this. So everything feels heavier the next day. Bad sleep doesn't just make you tired, it makes your brain lie to you about how bad everything is. That comment from your coworker that normally wouldn't bother you? Now it's stuck in your head all day. That decision you need to make? Feels impossible. So here's what you do, aim for 7 to 8 hours, but more importantly, make your sleep consistent. Same bedtime, same wake-up time, even on weekends. Your brain loves routine more than it loves that extra hour of sleep. And your bedroom should be cool, dark, and screen-free at least 30 minutes before bed. Your phone is designed to keep you awake. Don't bring that energy into your sleep space. Move your body, but not how you think. Here's what nobody tells you about exercise and mental health. It's not about burning calories or building muscle. It's about completing the stress cycle. Let me explain. When you're stressed, your body floods with cortisol and adrenaline. That's your fight or flight response kicking in. But here's the problem, we live in a world where we can't actually fight or run. Your boss emails you something frustrating, and you just sit there. All that stress energy gets trapped in your body with nowhere to go. Exercise isn't about fitness. It's about telling your nervous system, hey, the threat is over. We survived. You can relax now. That's why a 20-minute walk after a stressful day feels so good. You're literally completing the biological cycle your body started. And here's the part that blew my mind, it doesn't matter what you do. Dancing in your kitchen for 15 minutes works just as well as a gym session. The key is any movement that gets your heart rate up just enough to signal to your body that you're safe. Your body doesn't know the difference between running from a tiger and running on a treadmill. It just knows, okay, we moved, we escaped, we're good. So stop forcing yourself to do workouts you hate. Find literally any way to move that doesn't feel like punishment. Because consistency beats intensity every single time. Okay, quick reality check. If you're watching this and thinking, this all sounds great but I'm way too busy for this, point 4 is specifically for you. Because this one thing will make everything else easier. Actually, hold on. Before we get to point 4, I need to know, which of these 3 are you already doing? The daily reset, the sleep protection, or the movement? Drop it in the comments right now, because I'm willing to bet most of you are doing 1, maybe 2 of these consistently. And that's exactly why points 4 and 5 are gonna hit different. Connect with real people. Here's the uncomfortable truth, you can be surrounded by people and still be completely alone. Real connection isn't just being around people or texting back and forth. It's having at least one conversation where you feel seen, heard, and understood. Where you're not performing or pretending, you're just being yourself. Here's why this is non-negotiable. Loneliness isn't a feeling problem. It's a nervous system problem. Humans are wired for connection. It's not optional, it's literally how our brains are designed. When you feel isolated, even if you're surrounded by people, your brain interprets that as danger. Your stress hormones go up, your mood goes down, everything feels harder. But when you have real connection, even just once or twice a week, your brain gets the signal that you're safe, you're supported, you're not alone. And look, making friends as an adult is hard. Everyone's busy, everyone's tired. But here's what actually works, reach out to one person this week. 1. Call them, don't text. Ask how they're really doing. Share something real about your own life. Or join something where you see the same people regularly. A class, a group, a volunteer thing. Familiarity breeds connection. You don't need 100 friends. You need 1 or 2 people who actually get you. Alright, last one. And this is the one most people ignore until it's too late. Create mental boundaries. Mental boundaries are the limits you set on what you expose your mind to and how much energy you give to things outside your control. Think of your mental energy like a phone battery. If you're constantly draining it on things that don't matter, you'll have nothing left for the things that do. Every time you scroll through negative news for an hour, that drains your battery. Every time you say yes to something you don't want to do just to avoid disappointing someone, that drains your battery. Every time you ruminate on a problem you can't solve, that drains your battery. Mental boundaries are about being intentional with where your energy goes. So what does this actually look like? Maybe you decide you're only checking the news once a day, not every hour. Maybe you set a rule that you don't check work emails after 7 p.m. Maybe you give yourself permission to say, I need to think about that, instead of automatically saying yes to every request. And here's a big one, limit your time with people who consistently make you feel worse. I'm not saying cut everyone off, but you get to choose how much space they take up in your life. Your mental health is worth protecting. Look, here's what I need you to understand. Taking care of your mental health doesn't mean you're weak or broken. It means you're smart enough to do the maintenance before things fall apart. You don't wait until your car completely breaks down to change the oil, right? Same thing with your mind. You have way more control over your mental health than you think. These aren't complicated strategies. They're simple, daily choices that add up over time. And yeah, some days you're gonna skip the walk or stay up too late or say yes when you should have said no. That's being human. But the next day, you get to start fresh. You get to try again. I've been exactly where you are. That knot in my chest I mentioned at the start? It's gone now. Not because I'm some mental health guru, but because I started doing these 5 things consistently. And if it worked for me, it'll work for you. You are absolutely capable of feeling better, thinking clearer, and handling whatever life throws at you. You just need to give your brain the same care you'd give anything else you love. It starts today. Right now. With one small choice. If this video gave you at least one thing you're gonna actually try, hit that like button. It helps more people find this. And if you want more real talk mental wellness content that actually works, subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself out there.